Give thanks that now we are unmuted. So thank you very much because we also have to unmute through the system. So everything that you saw was just a pantomime that was designed to begin service with animation. How about that? Let me say it again. Good morning, Infinity. And thank you for joining us. My name is Jeff Obafemi-Carr. I'm also known as Rev Jeff. This is the warm up for the Infinity Fellowship, just making sure that our tech is going well, that everything is operating according to the setup that we had, not only in our hearts, not only in our spirits, but in our minds. And as we know, we used to say in the old days, if anything goes wrong, judge it to my head, not my heart. So you got to witness a very powerful pantomime in the very beginning there. And so we get to say good morning to each and every one of you as we begin the service. We're going to give you a moment. And during that moment, here's what I want you to do. I want you to share this broadcast with someone else. We are now streaming again on X. We're trying to make the transition from Twitter into X. So we're now streaming again live on X. We are also on Facebook on the Infinity Fellowship page. We are on YouTube on the Infinity Fellowship page. And we're also on Facebook on the Reverend Jeff Obafemi-Carr page. So whichever page you're on, go ahead and start to tag a few friends. We're going to have a very, very powerful fireside chat conversation. As you can see, we are live here in the office at the Infinity Center. And I am grateful that you're joining me. And thank you for this opportunity to take me back to my radio days. In my radio days, I didn't have a producer. We were everything in one person. And I was pleased to run into the great Ernie Allen, who was a partner of the great Clarence Kilcrease, who was a partner of several people who train people like Oprah Winfrey and Damon King and other radio personalities in the city and in the region. And they taught you to kind of operate everything yourself. So Rev Jeff is operating all the tech, all of the stream, everything ourselves. So guess what? We're doing this together as a community. So as we prepare for the next level of operation, as we prepare for the next level of going forward for today's service, I'm going to ask you to hit that reshare, hit that subscribe button. If you're brand new to the Infinity Fellowship, welcome. I've got something great for you coming up in just a few minutes, and you're not here by accident. Whether somebody tagged you in the post, whether somebody sent you an invite for today, whatever it may be, you are not here by accident. So stick around with us, enjoy the Infinity Fellowship, speak to one another in the chat, say hello, send some love energy. If you have someone you'd like for me to send up a perm or a affirmative prayer for, go ahead and drop their name in the chat and we'll get to it. And in the meantime, let's get ready to have an awesome Sunday celebration at the Infinity Fellowship. This is Reverend Jeff. Talk to you in a minute. Yes. And good morning, Infinity Fellowship. As we prepare ourselves for the opening of the way, we want to make sure that you have a deeper understanding of what the opening of the way actually is. The opening of the way is an opportunity for us to speak to spirit. So, for those of you who are new to Infinity Fellowship, I welcome you in. It is a way to acknowledge the infrastructure of spirituality, if you will. We start with acknowledging the presence of the divine. So we welcome you now into the sacred beginning of our weekly service by stilling yourselves for just a moment as we invite you into the magnetic field of spirit, the magnetic field of prayer, the magnetic field of affirmation. So we invite you just to first begin by calming yourself a little. And you do that by taking a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. Just like that. Don't have to be too complicated. Just begin to accept the gift that is your breath today. Inhale and exhale. And from this space of stillness, we're going to ring the bell, ring the tone on the singing bowl, just so that we can allow ourselves to be conscious of our breathing. So as you are inhaling, as you are exhaling, I want you to add to that practice the closing of your eyes. Good, just like that. When you close your eyes, I want you to just spend a moment in gratitude for that breath that you have, that you showed up today, that you made the effort to be here for yourself in a spiritual way. From this space of quietude, we'll ring the bell. As we meditate into the sounds of nature, as we embrace the realization that all things are working for our good, as we embrace the awareness, those of us who are on the United States side of the globe, of the power of the hurricane that has been named by human beings, Helene, as we marvel at the constructive, reshaping, destructive power in that windstorm and rainstorm and wave storm, we come to the realization that as much as we think we are in control of things, that the universe, that nature has a mind of its own. And so as we breathe in and we breathe out, we utilize this memory, we utilize these sounds to come to a greater understanding of not only our smallness as it relates to all creation, as it relates to all that we perceive, but also the revelation that no matter how small we are still a vital part of that larger consciousness and awareness. And so as we breathe in and as we breathe out, we do so in gratitude. Breathing in divine awareness, breathing out any worry, breathing in connectivity, breathing out the feelings of being all alone. Breathing in gratitude, breathing out and releasing fear. As sounds as digital reminders, notifications come pouring in from all directions, we simply absorb them into our breath, we absorb them into our meditation, and we are grateful for the conscious awareness that lives in our ears, that lives in our eyes, that lives in our taste buds, that lives in all of our senses, and even the awareness that is extrasensory, that prepares us, that places us in a position right now through the breath to receive, to acknowledge, and to speak to the God of our acceptance and understanding. Inhaling and exhaling. Something just like this. And now, from this space of preparation, we ask that all eyes be closed if they're not already closed, all heads be bowed, all hearts be opened as we now are prepared to acknowledge divine source through a moment of affirmative prayer. We call that a perm at infinity. It's pouring energy into realignment toward manifestation. All wise and all knowing and all loving God, in this moment, we recognize that you are the loving, that you are the living spirit of our commonality. You are the divine source of all creation. You are perceived by many different names and yet known by one energy that brings us together today. And so it is from this energy space, this recognition and acknowledgement of this very present space, that we breathe in together in gratitude and that we celebrate around the planet for being able to exist in a space like the Infinity Fellowship. As these earth suits, as these bodies that hold who we truly are gather today, I speak that something is said or shared that is a reminder that you are always present, that you're always available, that you are present and available early in the morning, that you are present and available late in the midnight hour, that even in the noonday, that you are present. that you will never leave us or forsake us. And so this is a moment of proclamation of gratitude. And I give thanks for those who are covered in this divine space today. I speak specifically into the air, into the atmosphere in proclamation, grace, love, power, covering for the energies of people in this congregation who may be going through something right now. For the visitor who showed up, who may be feeling as if they needed a conscious affirmation that everything is going to be all right. This is that affirmation. You are speaking that through this fellowship in this moment. We are speaking right now power and empowerment over the energies surrounding our sister, Christy Sharp, right now. And we know that she is dealing with a close transition in her family and her friend circle. And in moments like this, we begin to ask the question, why? We always have the overarching knowledge and understanding that time expires in these physical bodies, and yet these memories that we hold keep us alive. And so during this grief period, during this period of mourning for her, may she feel the love and energy of all of the people who are lifting her right now to comfort her in this moment, to let her know that everything is going to be all right. And that in place of a person that cannot be replaced will be dozens of others who will say, we're here for you. And we will continue to lift you as her spirit resides where it desires to be. We speak a prayer of healing and alignment over our brother Vic Gardner, brought to our attention by the Sattler family, a very natural musician, a musician who played by ear and plays by ear, who was a maestro within his own definition. We speak that whatever journey he goes through, that his love energy be the predominant energy, and that love energy has the power to heal. It has the power to expand. It has the power to wipe away those small things that human beings say are so. It is done. It is done. It is done. We speak energy over our brother Lee McCormick, who has his own journey to where his spirit desires to be right now. And in this spirit and in this space, we speak powerful journey for him right now and powerful alignment for him right now. And as he has said to the world, he just wants to live and have fun, whatever that looks like. And so to you, Brother Lee, to the McCormick family, to me, to everyone who has been a part of this journey. And we know that you have been a magnificent part of the journey of Infinity Fellowship. And so this fellowship extends its arms to you and its support to you and to your family. We give thanks, oh God, for this fellowship reaching 10 years and the celebration that will take place on next week. We give thanks that we have touched so many people in a powerful way. And I personally give thanks for this portal. It's given us an opportunity to reach those who felt as if they did not fit anywhere else. They felt as if they could not find the healing that they needed, that they find particularly in community. Community is a way of healing, oh God. Community is vital and it's necessary. So for our younger people out there, for our elders out there who have found community in this space, we give thanks and we speak and proclaim that something in this service today will remind them that they're not alone, but also that it's time to tap into divine purpose. Because through purpose, we not only find ourselves, but we find community. And oh, how beautiful it is. Thank you for every piece of creativity that went into this broadcast. Thank you for every piece of creativity that is working for the Voices of Infinity, for Lady Kenitha, for all of our musicians, Brother Teron Hamilton, for Sister Angela Mitchell Hill, for all of those who have been working, Sister Nadia and Lighthouse on the Lake, moving toward next weekend and a powerful celebration to those who will be coming home and celebrating with us next week in person. We speak in advance that they will be blessed in their journeys. And for those who are on this infinite life stream, we love you. And we speak, oh God, that you will remind them that time and space is a human construct. And because of that construct, they are just as present with us in the physical body as they are on the internet and vice versa. We are all together in the love vibration. It is for these things and for others that we cannot put into words, but we express deeply through our hearts. We say, thank you. We breathe in together in gratitude and exhale in joyfulness. We speak these things and know them to be true, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. It is done, and so it is. Let us prepare for our pouring of libations. Good to be back with you all. It's time for our pouring of libations, y'all. What an awesome opportunity for us to greet each other in the known and unknown name of the ancestors upon whose shoulders we humbly and confidently stand, recognizing that we stand on the shoulders of very, very great, great people. We recognize that as we are made in the image and likeness and very substance of all creation, as we acknowledge that in the space today, we are part of an awesome energy. And it is also our responsibility. That responsibility is awesome to infect, effect, and affect the change and growth we want to see in this thing that we call reality. So, for those who have gone before, we pour this water today, and I've got a wonderful little spider plant in the back here at Infinity. If y'all come to New Year's in person that we've had, or other events that we've had on Founders Day, sometimes these spider plants give a little bit of outgrowth, a spider, and people clip them off, and we'll put them in little pots. So one of the things that we do sometimes for visitors, if we have some extra spider plants, we clip off a little growth. Some of y'all might have some of this spider plant that came to us by Sister Dr. Michelle Stevens just a few years ago. And we pour because it's a metaphor. When you continue to remember, you are part of a large spider plant, if you will. All of humanity is. So when we pour this water today, this water represents those of us who are on this side of life, those of us who are walking around in this earth suit. When we pour into the earth, we recognize that this body comes from earth and it returns to earth if we don't do anything. It becomes a part of flora and fauna and everything that covers the earth. So we are saying that we are connecting what we perceive to be the living with those who are existing in a space of life after life. And so from that place of consciousness, I'm going to invite you to think about those who have come before in your life. I want you to think about those who have been a part of your journey and existence, those you want to recognize as your ancestors, as your angels, whatever you would call those names. But you recognize them when they pop into your head and they say, remember me, or you do something in the kitchen. Sometimes when I'm moving that iron skillet around, I'm like, oh, I see my mama's hands. I think about on my daddy when I'm out there raking the grass and I'm thinking about how I move grass from side to side. I'm like, my daddy taught me that. Oh man, I'm a grown man. How about that? So this is the remembrance of the ancestors. It's powerful. And I would say in a colloquial way, it ain't got to be that deep. It's just you got to just remember the folks that you came from. But when we do that, it is a very deep process. And so I ask that you pause in this moment and think about those who have come before, who you want to recognize in this particular moment of awareness that we call Sunday morning at Infinity Fellowship. And we want to pour the water and say, cool water, freshen our spirits. you say, Ashe. I can feel you. I can feel you at home. Cool water. Freshen our spirits and consecrate this space for spiritual work today. Ashe. We give praise to Almighty Mother, Father God, Divine Source, and all creation. Ashe. Grant to us peace and prosperity. Ashe. We speak to the energies, the sacred energies in all of the directions, the four cardinal directions. We pour to the north, which represents us being a yes today. So if you showed up today, it's not by accident. You're here to be a yes. Ashe. To the energy of the south, where you recognize and we recognize together who we are and whose we are. Ashe. To the energy of the rising sun of the east, listen, this hurricane is giving fits to people. It's giving fits to East Tennessee. It's giving fits to Nashville. And yet the sun is still in the sky, even though the clouds are there. So even though your life may feel cloudy, the sun is still shining. Always remember that. Ashe. To the energy of the west and the recognition that as the sun goes down, we still have light in the darkness through the moon and the stars. Ashe. And of course, from those four cardinal directions, we get the ground below us. That ground below us reminds us to be grounded, grounded in your consciousness and awareness. And today, I'm going to ask you to be specifically and particularly grounded in your awareness that we are all connected, that we are all together. As the Lakota people say, Mitakuyasin, all our relations, as beings that are in this existence here, we are all still created, no matter where we come from, no matter who we appear to be, we're still connected. Ashe, that's that grounding. To the sky above us, the recognition that this space is wide open. And when you look to the sky, there is an open possibility as a blank landscape, and you have the gift, being a creator with a little c, to see something that is not here in the physical reality and to tap into your purpose to make it so that the rest of the world can celebrate the good that you have to give it. Ashe. From those six directions, we pour to the seventh, which is the space that brings it all together. We call it Grand Central Station. It is the heart center, the Anjali Chakra, that energy of being in green light and letting your heart be light as a feather. May your heart be light as a feather today. And if you came with a heavy heart, hopefully by the time service ends, it's a little bit lighter. Okay? Because you got somebody reminding you that all of these roads converge into one. Ashe. And now we ask that if you want to remember some folks, I already see some people are typing a name or two into the chat. Feel free to type a name in as we pour these next few pours of water. And as we pour these next few pours of water, just remember the process is not automatically rocket science. You know, sometimes the process is I am thinking or trying to think of somebody and a name pops in my head. That's a energy saying to you, hey, recall me. And they don't have to be perfect people because I don't know any perfect people. But every ancestor, everyone who came in our lives, came in our life for a reason to teach us something. And even if it was a harsh lesson, it taught us what to do in this generation and what not to pass forward. So as you in this moment think of those names, you can call them aloud. Some of you like to pour a little water out at home, but for a brief moment, we're going to call those names aloud and pour some water for them. As we pour the water and as those names keep coming in, we want to make sure that you have an understanding at home, the awareness at home that we pour this water today for special names that we want to elevate as part of human consciousness. One we want to elevate is the spirit of Brother Marcellus Williams, who was executed in the state of Missouri. Executed, murdered, put to death. Very inhumane. Or is it? Is it our nature in these human bodies to do things that do not make sense? And yet we know that the death, the murder, the execution of Marcellus Williams, who may not have been a perfect human being, but again, when you have evidence that shows that DNA is not present, that you have evidence that says this may not be a correct action to take, and you take it anyway, there is a need for those of us who are out there in the consciousness space, the activism space, the legal space, to now put our antenna up and to now feel our purpose reignited so that we can not pass on this inhumane, this cruel way of dealing with what we call justice or just us, pass that forward. We can't. And so we send this energy to the spirit of Brother Williams and just let you know that you're still here. This energy is still here. And it serves as fuel to ignite a movement that will bring about a fair and equitable society. Ashe, Ashe. We also poured for a wonderful spirit that it just was an exceptional, bright spirit in the world of the arts. Dame Maggie Smith, Ashe, who transitioned at 89 years old. And people say, Dame Maggie Smith. Who is Maggie Smith? Well, she's the Reverend Doctor in Sister Act. She's the Professor Minerva McGonagall in Harry Potter movies. Had a long life, almost 90 years of touching people through the arts in a magnanimous way. So we want to make sure that we know that we are sending that energy out, and we give thanks in this space for all of us. And we say together, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Oh, and so it is, y'all. We're going to generate some gratitude, man. So look, share the stream. Let's get it going because it's time for us to share some gratitude as we remind you first of our statement of infinitude. Y'all know with what I say here with our statement of infinitude, we remind us of why we're here, the foundational principles of the Infinity Fellowship. In other words, just be yourself because everyone else is already taken. Those of you who want to generate some gratitude early, make sure that you go ahead and put something great in the chat that we can celebrate as I talk us through our statement of infinitude, especially for our first time people. At Infinity, we bring people together around 4 concepts, and we call that SNAP. So if you're new, snap your fingers, because in Infinity Fellowship, we don't tell you what to call or how to define the God of your acceptance and understanding. It's an intensely personal and beautiful relationship. Here at Infinity, we simply affirm your unique connection. So whatever you call that source energy, you'll hear us say God interchangeably with the universe, divine source. What you see around you every day is proof that that energy was showing off when you were made after the same image and likeness. So we speak aloud our core agreements today that bring us together. We call that infinitude, and it is centered around the energy of snap. So if you snap your fingers and you always remember, you will always remember rather what the 4 core principles of infinity are. Spirituality, the S is for spirituality that transcends religion and connects you to the God of your own understanding and acceptance. The AN is for nurturing, nurturing of ourselves and others, mind, body, and spirit. The A, of course, is for action. Why? Because we take action on our callings. We encourage you to walk in your divine purpose every day. And the P, well, that's important. The P is for the proof that our spiritual practices manifest fruit in our lives through the building and maintaining of healthy and prosperous families, relationships, careers, and dreams. We are so grateful you are all here as unique manifestations of our Creator, the loving, living spirit of our commonality, that energy that is perceived by many different names and yet known by one particular energy. And I love this microphone. It just picks up every single thing that we do, including me, hitting my computer and my laptop. But it doesn't stop us. Let me tell you that we don't stop. Let me tell you that we don't stop. So I invite you at home, I invite you wherever you are to join us in our statement of infinitude, which will appear on your screen. Let's say it together. We agree that we are beings of pure, eternal spirit, birthed from the creative potential of the universe, with all the powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and an abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism, and as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at Infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist, now and ever, as a beloved community. Let it be so according to the many words of affirmation, ancient and present now. Amen, Amen, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. And so it is. Now it's time for us to generate some gratitude in the space today. It's time for us to generate gratitude and to say hello to everybody. Listen, I want everybody there who is available. I want you to follow this slide here. Let me go ahead and put it on for you. If you are new, especially if you're here for the first time, whatever it may be, the stream is growing, all the energy is growing. I want you to say, my name is, and I am grateful for. All right. Give us one thing that you're grateful for. That's all we need. And we're going to sing this song. I guess I'm going to sing this song, but you're going to sing it wherever you are, especially after you type in what you're grateful for. I'm going to lead it up, but it's real simple. We say good morning like this. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. Come on, sing. Got a good morning to you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. Kenitha would say it like it's a da 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 a da 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 da. A good morning to you. I hear y'all in the chat. Y'all singing with us. Come on, let's do it. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. New folks, y'all need to slide again. Come on. Well, good morning to you. A good morning to you. 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 Shout out to Lady Kenitha, who gave us that awesome song, to the great brother Alex Statiker, who did our arrangement of the music and got us going on there. The great Reggie Wooten, the teacher who played us some guitar so that we could have some energy on there. Listen, y'all, wherever you are in the world, I want to recognize you. Those of you who said something and gave some gratitude in the chat today, we call it our Infinite Life Stream. And we are going in on our Infinite Life Stream today because it is valuable. So we've got Sister Tashana Lindsley, who says, hey, hey, from Georgia. Hey, hey, here from Georgia, too. Hey, hey, from Tennessee. I am so grateful for this community. This safe, loving space is a blessing to my family. Oh, how awesome that is. We got Sister Tiffany Smith, who says, Tiffany from Georgia. I am grateful for friends, and I am grateful friends. We're right here with you. We've got Courtney Williams. My name is Courtney. I am grateful for collective wisdom. Yes, collective wisdom. I love it. I got some great terms. And also, Sister Courtney Williams says, I'm grateful for my therapist and for my friends. We're getting real today, y'all. Real talk today. We are closing out a series. So I love it when Infinity is just the real space to be in. Sister Star, I love you, Star. Star Malone. I'm Star. I'm grateful to have awakened this morning with the right frame of mind. Come on in with the right frame of mind, y'all. Come on in with the right frame of mind. Sister Lauren Davis says that my name is Lauren. I'm grateful for the ability to do what I love for work. Oh, Lauren. Oh, our new members, when you decide to do that, guess what? We go through the four spiritual laws of prosperity. And one of those laws is work that is so fun, that is so good that it's no longer work, it's play. So I'm grateful that you get paid to play for a living. Isn't that great? Don't we love it? And thank you for letting me know that my mic was unmuted. And thankfully, if things go wrong, I don't go off. So y'all didn't hear me going off. Y'all probably heard me getting a cup of coffee or something, but that's real life. And Rev is always going to be 100% real. If y'all see me on this camera and y'all see me in person, it is my intense desire that you see consistency, that you don't see a personality in one way and then a person in the other. So I thank you for this opportunity personally, gratefully for all of you all that I get a chance to be my authentic self. And Infinity is a space where you get to be your authentic self as well. Brother Johnny Sadler is in the house today, and I'm grateful for life, faith, family, and being connected with Infinity Fellowship. Grateful for you too in the space too. So we're also sending energy in there. Sister Christina Trotter. My name is Christina. I'm grateful for health and strength. Oh, isn't it wonderful? I just want to start the track again. Sister Christy Sharp. My name is Christy. I'm grateful for peace that passes understanding. Gotta take a deep breath there. Sometimes all you get to do is to breathe, and it's a wonderful thing. So, Sister Christy, again, our hearts are coming out with you, and I hope you're feeling this love coming in from around the world. Brother Tyrell Lindsley is sending love to Sister Courtney and greeting people. And listen, Infinite Life streamers, those of you who are quote unquote old heads, I appreciate y'all talking in the chat. Y'all, there are things that I can do with music. There are things that I can do with tech. There are things that I can do with slides. There are things that I can do even with captions. But sometimes I can't just get on the keyboard and clack because guess what? I'm talking. So I appreciate you all keeping the Infinite Life Stream alive and going and the conversation going. If you're brand new, we want you to know that the Infinite Life Stream and the in-person services, all real people. So we welcome you today. Thea Jones says, morning, grateful for my incredible community, opportunities to make creative impact and an able and flexible physical body. We love it. We love it to hear it. What a grateful moment of gratitude. We are going. Brother Martin Turnley is in the house. My name is Martin. I'm grateful for infinite wisdom and prosperity. Oh, what a wonderful thing to be grateful for. Listen, we're grateful to welcome you in. If you are brand new to the Infinity Fellowship, this is the moment where you get to say first timer. If you're a first timer at Infinity, my name is Jeff Obafemi-Carr. I go by Rev Jeff in the space. And I want to say that we are so glad that you decided to join us. Whatever platform you are joining us on in our Infinite Life Stream, you are absolutely valued and special, and we're grateful to have you here. If you'd love to, and if you feel comfortable, type first time in the chat. I'm a first timer or first time. That's all you got to say. First time here. Whatever you want to say and however you want to say it, people will send you some love. They will send you some fists. They will say, welcome. They will give you a virtual hug. That's what it's all about at Infinity Fellowship. I'm going to put up on the screen something that we use as a form to welcome you to Infinity, to let you know that we're so glad that you stopped by to see us today. And we're also going to put that into the chat today. As we put this form into the chat, we're going to invite you to just click on it, take a pause, take a moment, and click on that and share or not share, but actually fill out that visitors form. It gives us an opportunity to say hello to you as we say hello to our first time visitors today at Infinity. This is the space where people make the quantum leap from simple religious doctrine into expansive and responsible spirituality. So listen, if you have been looking for a space like Infinity and you're loving the energy and you're brand new and you're like, hey, somebody sent me this link or somebody tagged me in this stream. I don't know why, but guess what? We want you to know that it is no accident. This may be your first time visiting the Infinity Fellowship, but we want you to know, and we like to let you know in this moment, that we get to truly see the real you. At Infinity, we don't see or feel or hear you today or see you in the chat today as a human being who joined in to have a spiritual experience. We know that that's going to happen, especially if your heart is open. But the truth is, it's the opposite. You are a spirit who's navigating the human experience just like the rest of us. And so in this moment, we like to take a deep breath in together. We like to exhale. And wherever you are in the world, you can hold your hands up to the screen and send this to somebody you love. You can turn to somebody in your space and say this greeting here, or you can just receive it for the first time on behalf of the Infinity Fellowship. If you're a first time visitor, we like to tell you that we know the who, what, where, when, and why. This is how we say it. You all can repeat after me after I say it, and I can hear this coming from all over the world, and I'm just hype about it. So no apologies for being hype on a Sunday morning at Infinity Fellowship. That's what Infinity is all about. Deep breath. Exhale. Repeat after me. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You are a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me where I can let you know, if nobody else will, that you are not alone. I'm with you. The entire world is with you, and you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You're so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all that because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. I know the real you, and I see you shining today. So welcome to Infinity. Welcome home. Asheo. Give somebody a hug. Give somebody a high five. Give somebody something big. Give somebody something that they can just dance to for a minute, and we'll groove. Welcome to Infinity. First time folks, hit the share button. Hey, hit the re-X button. Hey, tag somebody on Facebook. Hey, get them ready to go. 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 Get them ready to shine the QR code. Hey, mm, 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 mm. We see you. We see you. We feel you. We hear you. Mm, 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 mm. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. All right, y'all ready for it? Black Panther mug. Here we go. Got my T'Challa mug on. Clearing my voice. Y'all ready? Goes like this: 5, 6, 7, 8. Time for us to move to the next level. I know. Look, I was gonna freestyle a little bit today, but we're gonna freestyle in a wonderful moment. We're gonna freestyle together today. We're gonna freestyle in this moment. We're gonna freestyle around our offertory period because it is time to give back at infinity, y'all. Sometimes Rev will break out with a freestyle if spirit moves. In today's moment, though, we have a lot to do today. We got a lot of great energy to share with you in this moment today. And because of that, we want to go ahead and move the service forward into offertory period. It is time for giving at infinity. It just comes out of the air whenever you say giving at infinity. It just Y'all hear that too? It's kind of like, am I hearing that all to myself? It's that crowd noise of giving. Why? Because giving is when we give a tangible contribution to the space that gives us so much spiritual food, and we pour back in. That's what giving is all about at the Infinity Fellowship. It is an opportunity for us to recognize that we have received so much in life. We have received so many great things that when we find a space like the Infinity Fellowship, a place of coming together, a place where we can see our entire selves, our authentic selves, and more importantly, receive spiritual food that gives us the power to move through this world and to navigate this world in a better way, that is invaluable. You just cannot put a price on it. You cannot put a cost on it. It is immeasurable. And when we take that even deeper and we say, listen, in my physical body, although I may have some ailments, although I may have to deal with maintaining it, more on that later. If I have to deal with the sorrows, the heartbreak, it does benefit me to have a place that is a table where I receive powerful spiritual tools that help me navigate the world. And for those of you who are new, and those of us who are joining us today who have been tagged in a post and you're here, listen, it's all about community. And it's all about recognizing that you don't have to go it alone. Infinity Fellowship, for 10 years of coming together, celebrating next Sunday, 10 years has been an oasis for many people who have experienced a desert where you feel like you saw how everything fit together, and people in different religious camps were trying to say, no, we're right and everybody else is wrong. And everyone began to get fixated on the hereafter as opposed to how do we live life more abundantly now. And you didn't know that there was a space of people who thought the same thing. You didn't know it was a space where people encourage you to be free thinkers and not just be followers. This is infinity. And so I'm grateful that over these 10 years, we have come to a place of growth and expansion where we are able to bring you this live stream. We've got new things happening with our live stream. We've got new equipment that is being explored right now. We've got new physical parameters that we are expanding into and out of in this year of divine reciprocity. And it's all possible because people say in this moment of giving, everything is good. And I am going to tune my frequency to abundance by being a giver and not just a taker or receiver. So listen, that's what the universe is waiting on, for you to release your frequency to match it so that you can receive that abundant energy as well. That said, that's the lesson on giving. And as we prepare for the lesson on giving, we want to remind you that you can give electronically through our Cash App at Infinity Fellowship. You can give via our PayPal. You can also write a check or do a money order, as some of you do, and put it in the mail. And that is what we do when we give our period of giving. So let us prepare for that, because we don't just give for the sake of giving. We tune the frequency right. So as we tune the frequency right, we're going to say our offertory affirmation all together. Okay. Take a deep breath. Put yourself in your giving position. Sometimes your giving position is grabbing your phone. Sometimes it's putting your hands over your heart. Sometimes it's opening your palms to the sky, but it's intentional. Deep breath in, exhale and release. Let us say it together. O limitless, abundant creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference. And so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken. And so it is. Yes. What we do when we give, we sing everything is good. Sing it with me. Come on. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good, and I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Simple. Come on, I'm going to give you the slide. These are the ways of giving. Everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good, and I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Change the key now. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. All right, let me hear y'all. Y'all got it. Come on. It's good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good, and I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it good. I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it good. I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it good. Yeah, shout out to brother Reggie Wooten, man. We got a great great energy going on these guitars, man. And I just want to say, hey, we're grateful to have support staff here. Again, to everybody who is joining us, our stream is going up. The numbers are going up. That means you're sharing it. That means that energy is going out in the space. We're glad to have you. I want to say welcome again, Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr, also known as Rev Jeff, here at the Infinity Fellowship. And we really want to say to you that we welcome you and that we're grateful for you. And we want to give you a few more announcements so that you can know that everything that is going on in Infinity is here for you. And so we are a growing community, and we want to let our community know, people who are around Infinity, that you are appreciated, you are loved, and you are welcome. And there are places that we are going to in this year of divine reciprocity that we invite you to go to yourself. Even if we don't see you in the walls, we see you online, we still send this love energy to you. But listen, we're going to put our standing ovations link in the chat. We've already done that. If you have a standing ovation that you want to share, go ahead and put that in now, because after these brief announcements, we're going to share and celebrate our standing ovation. A standing ovation is something good that has happened to you as a result of your spiritual practice, and it can be big, it can be small. But whatever it is, we pause in the service to celebrate those great things that are happening for you, for your family, for your friends, so that we can pour into you. If you can celebrate something that happens for somebody else, then you draw to yourself that attraction energy that allows good things to happen for you. We do not want you to be the person that is always angry when something good happens for somebody. Spiritual growth moment, lesson, even if it's somebody you don't like. Ooh. Ooh, more on that later. We're gonna deal, because somebody like, Rev, but I didn't like them and something good happened for them and I was mad. I know, we're gonna get to that. But for right now, if you got a standing ovation, go ahead and put it in the chat and we're gonna be all right. Good to see some of you. Good to see you, brother. Leo, good to have you in the house, brother. Miss you, one of our strong young brothers in the house who came up in Infinity in the space right now. We're so happy to have you. Listen, as we are welcoming you today, we welcome you not just today, but into the final Sunday in the ninth month of 2024. 2024 is the year of divine reciprocity. And one definition of reciprocity is equal exchange or interchange. The law of attraction teaches us that what we put into the universe is attracted to us. So we're excited to invite you to empower yourself continually by speaking aloud our daily mantra for the year. It's on the bottom left there. I am that I am. I give, I get, I've got it good. Let's say it again together. I am that I am. I give, I get, I've got it good. Good. Take a deep breath in with me, and we've got it. Next month, which is just coming up in a couple of days, it's a month of activities celebrating the Infinity Fellowship. All hands on deck. Yes, 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 yes. We are going to be celebrating with a number of activities, including our Sacred Sweat Lodge. We're preparing for the build of that now. We'll do a community cleanup next Saturday. Save that schedule. Look for the app, the information if you're in the band app Infinity members. We'll also next month rather, have our annual meeting. Our fitness challenge starts again. Youth events, book club. Oh my goodness, Corks and Conversations. We just got a lot of great things going on at Infinity, and we want to remind you to keep your antenna up, to share it with everybody in the community who may need some uplift. That said, next Sunday, drum roll. Brrrr. I don't have a drum roll, so I guess we'll just have to pretend that we just heard this big giant. Well, I've got a there it is. But that's kind of like not enough, right? That's not enough, especially for our celebration. Coming home Sunday, celebrating 10 years of building beloved community for all spiritual paths. Y'all, it's next week. Can you believe it? Come one, come all, wherever you are coming from. If you're traveling from another state, by all means, make your way here. If you are in the city, put it down on your calendar. Make sure that you put the address down too, so that you're not showing up and seeing the sign on the door at Infinity Center on Nocturne. We are hosting it. It is so big, we've had to move to a larger facility. We are hosting it at Lighthouse on the Lake, which is at 133 Sanders Ferry Road, Hendersonville, Tennessee. That's about 10 minutes, 15 minutes from Infinity Fellowship in Haynes area. We are planning an awesome day, an awesome Sunday will be had. We got the Voices of Infinity Choral Ensemble singing. We've got a house of musicians. We've got a download coming. We got some new merch coming from Infinity. We got all kind of great things being launched on that day. Mostly though, we get to celebrate that we have existed for 10 years. And that is something that is awesome in the life of an institution. To reach 10 years bodes well, not just for the present, but for the future. And so we're excited to be able to say that. So next week, again, put that on your slide for next week for Infinity Fellowship. I'll let you take a screenshot of it if you need to. We have you in the place. Also, if you're in Infinity Fellowship and you are a member and you have joined, you get to get access to the Band app. And in the Band app every week, we have the Lindsley family who hosts Love and Light. It's a fabulous discussion. Listen, if you have been to one, you know it's great. If you have not been to one, get into one this week. Seriously, every new folks that come in, and everybody's welcome. It is a marvelous opportunity to have a conversation around the themes that we talk about on Sunday, and also to get support from people who are like-minded. Have some open conversation in a safe space. Shout out to Tyrell and Tashana, who've been doing that for over a year and being great about that. So listen, y'all know what time it is, and I love it. I want to make sure I get everything turned the way it's supposed to be, because now it is time for standing ovations. Tune your vibration to a high elevation. It's time for the good news, our standing ovation. Yes. Our high energy at IF comes from our practice of standing ovations. Standing ovation is when we celebrate all the good things that have happened to everybody here, and all of the good things that have happened in your life. And it is a gratitude moment. So, y'all, we are getting ready to go nuts with our standing ovations. I want you at home, wherever you are, to prepare yourself. If you've shared a standing ovation, prepare yourself to sit down while everybody else around the globe stands up. If you are going to be a person who stands up around the globe, be prepared to jump up and down, turn backflips, do everything that you need to celebrate people standing ovations, because that's what we do at Infinity Fellowship. We celebrate what happens for you in your life. So for standing ovations today, I'm going to go to my next screen so that I can just read them off well. Okay. First standing ovation goes to Shakira and Charlie King. Y'all give it up. Snap, snap, snap. When you hear the standing ovation, we give a snap, and at the end, we give a thunderous standing ovation. It goes to Shakira and Charlie King, who celebrated on Monday their 19th wedding anniversary. Yeah, give it up. 19 years, y'all. Charlie, Shakira, we love you guys. Thank you for coming by for Yoga Sunday, even. And we send love to you. 19 years. How powerful is that? Next standing ovation goes to two people who are as one. And this is interesting, and I'll tell you why in a minute. To the Sadlers, to Johnny and Connie Sadler. All right. They celebrated, or are celebrating, their 40th wedding anniversary today. 40 years. Man, this is great. So Sister Connie sent, she sent the reminder that they had their wedding anniversary today, and Reverend Johnny had sent it on the stand ovation form as well. So two of them, both of them sent it. He said, "My lovely wife Connie and I celebrate our 40th anniversary today." So they're here. Their energy is in the place. Hopefully you'll be able to get on out of here, because I don't know if the download's going to be super long today, but y'all go to brunch, y'all do something. But I thought it was delightful that both of them sent standing ovations separately for the same event, which is 40 years. So that means that 40 years has been good, and that's something to celebrate. And they both remembered. I love it. There it is. Happy anniversary. Whoop, 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 whoop. We celebrate. Some people are on their way to that. They're just waiting on time to pass and they're waiting on the right person. They're all ready. Okay, so Sister Star Malone. Yes. Sister Star is sharing a standing ovation, and she shares on behalf of her daughter, Kamara. Kamara Stevens, one of the four Star girls that we say. Kamara, on behalf of Kamara, she worked on a project through the summer with one of her mentors, Miss Alicia Mirzik. She and a few other artists did the mural for the Elizabeth Duff We Go Transit Center. Woo! We saw you on the news. We saw you, Kamar, on the news. So Elizabeth Duff Transit Center is a center that was named after the first female transit operator, the first female bus driver in Nashville. And our little Kamara has painted part of the mural, participated in painting the mural that commemorates this history. How awesome is that? Listen to that. Feel that energy going out into the space and all of that talent in there. Oh, I love it. Next standing ovation goes to Sister Lauren Davis. Good to have you on, Sister Lauren. I went from feeling lost, moving to a new environment with no job, to practicing self healing, starting my new spiritual journey, and now having two jobs doing what I love. Mm. That's a standing ovation. That's a standing ovation. I won't teach on that now, but you know, Sister Lauren, that when you make the move to step out there and to trust that everything is going to go your way and that things are working in your favor, all things do line up. So, congratulations on all of that. Sister Tashana Lindsley, she informs us her standing ovation is I started boxing and strength training in January with the goal to be disciplined physically and mentally. I didn't take into consideration at the time all of the positive impact this change would have on my health diagnosis. I've had chronic I've had chronic migraines and PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, for most of my life, that syndrome. I have had no symptoms from either for months now and hopefully forever. Also, tomorrow ends no sugar September for me. Not easy, but I did it. Come on now. Ah, hey. Oh my gosh, I should have programmed in some shouting music. I should have programmed in some shouting music. Could have programmed some shouting music. Listen, y'all. What you speak, what you bring into this world, what you say, what you do, it is very, very powerful, and it is very, very real. So that's a standing ovation that we give to you, Sister Tashana, for trusting and for moving forward in that. I tell you what, it is very, very powerful. All right, we got Sister Keisha Cunningham. Call her KC. Good to see you, Keisha. Good to have you on the stream. Listen, new folks, if you got something good, drop it on in here. We got love and goodness for everybody. Infinity is people who signed up and people who didn't, whatever. What you're feeling and experiencing right now, those of you who are just kind of quietly watching and just kind of taking notes and saying, you know what, I feel this vibe. Guess what? You can share standing ovation too. Probably for next week, though, because our form is filled up for today. Sister Keisha Cunningham, I am booked on a 6-week theater tour that I'm on now in Ohio with the American Legacy Theater. This project highlights the MRSS, Mobile Response and Stabilization Service Program, that aids parents and schools in helping the youth and young people deal with mental illness and awareness. I feel very fortunate to be sharing this 45-minute play and know because of my life experiences, I'm able to bring a knowing to the piece. My, 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 my. She's got a second standing ovation. My daughter got married on September 8th, and I'm very happy for her and my new son in love. And she's got a third standing ovation. Last but definitely not least, my son is on the trajectory to healing. My, 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 my. My, 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 my. You all of this energy, all of this love, all of these ovations that are coming in right now, we all give thanks for you and we pour this love and energy back into you so that you can know that what you think, what you feel, what you do, when it all aligns, all great things happen. All great things happen. So as these things are happening, as we are here, as we are celebrating these standing ovations, I'm going to invite each and every one of you to join standing ovations. So of course I can't stand in the room here, but what I can do is act crazy. So I'm going to invite everybody who did not share to stand up and everybody who did share to be seated wherever you are as we give a wonderful, wonderful, powerful standing ovation. I gave each a mini standing ovation for each one of you. So that's how we do things. We're going to make sure that we celebrate everybody that had something to celebrate and that we put you into a place of alignment and affirmation. You all, congratulations to everybody. Thank you again on standing ovations, all of that energy that came into the world, all of the love that was happening, all of just the great I'm bubbling over with the great news that are there that's there. I'm bubbling over for this space that we get to celebrate your standing ovations in. We are just grateful for everything that is coming in to this space today. So as we are celebrating, as we are continuing to share all of that energy that is happening on online, infinite live streamers, I love it. All of y'all, man, everybody's in the chat, we're going in. Listen, send the energy out for everybody. We're going to share this download that we have today. And we're going to share the download by first getting you into the understanding of today's meditation. So, those of you who got your journals and you're ready, go ahead. If you got your screenshot and you're ready, we're going to turn to the teaching of the great Jose Silva. Teaches us negative thinking is guilt, worry, insecurity, fear, jealousy, suspicion, hatred, antagonism, anger, despair, mourning, and self doubt. Negative thinking is being out of step with people and things around you. Positive thinking is love, appreciation, optimism, security, courage, cooperation, compassion, generosity, friendliness, patience, helpfulness, and ambition. Positive thinking is being in step, in harmony with people and things around you. Take a deep breath, inhale and exhale. Today, y'all, we're going to be talking briefly about the art of auto maintenance. Turn to somebody and say, the art of auto maintenance. I want to point out something that you saw on that slide when Jose Silva talked about negative thinking. Did you realize that negative thinking, all of those words, every time you said those words, anytime you said guilt, worry, insecurity, fear, jealousy, suspicion, hatred, anytime you said all of those, you just felt nasty afterwards? I mean, I felt nasty reading it. I'm just being honest with you. I felt nasty reading it. And I'm just like, ugh. It's a great meditation, but I hate those words. Ugh, negative thinking. Ugh, just like the cat videos online. Just but then when I started listing the positive words, when I started listening the positive thinking, when we talked about love and appreciation and optimism, security, courage, cooperation, all of those wonderful things, my spirit instantly shifted. But I want to point out to you something that I don't want you to miss when we talk about that affirmation and the power of that affirmation. And I'm going back to that slide so you can see it. Notice those two highlights that I put in yellow with people and things around you. We always have the opportunity to be in step with people who are and things around you, or out of step with people and things around you. But get this, you being in step and out of step with people around you also is indicative, it is predictive of the space that you're in. Have you ever noticed that when you are in low spaces, that you attract other people that are in low places too? It's the way it goes, because like energy attracts like energy. And as we talk about this art of auto maintenance, as we talk about the ability for us to maintain things, we also have to realize that it's about also maintaining the things that we put ourselves around. If you've got an automobile, because auto maintenance is indeed an art, and you got an automobile and you drive through 18 inches of water and you get stuck, and then you can't get out and your car stalls, and then the undercarriage gets rusted, and you're angry, of course. But guess what? They say, what? Turn around. If you see water ponding, you turn around. That's how you maintain your safety. Not only is how you maintain your safety, it's how you maintain the safety and the functionality of your automobile. That's how you do it. You don't drive into water. And I don't know, remember the saying, it's don't frown, turn around, it's something, but I don't know. We all know not to do it. But have you ever noticed that there's always somebody walking around drenched in water, kicking the back end of the car, cussing on the cell phone, because they felt that the law or the rule of physics that said don't drive into flooded waters don't apply to me. And then they're angry, and they're sitting there talking to somebody on the phone or talking to the next person in the next car, and that car is floating too, or that car is stalled out too, and they're both commiserating. Why? Because they were two people who both drove into the water against the better advice and wisdom that people had given them all of their lives. You see it on television, you see it, police will tell you, they'll try to turn you around, but sometimes people kept thinking that these laws don't apply to me. And then you have the nerve to get angry when something bad happens. But part of that is also because you're not paying attention to the signs. It's vibration. So of course you're going to be negative, but guess what? You feel better when you make that turn around. When you see the pond and you say, you know what? It's not worth me risking my life, my livelihood, and my vehicle for. So if you have learned, and if there have been proven practices over time that teach you best practices, If you decide to listen to them today, I guarantee you, you're going to see fruit in your life. If you don't listen to them, I'm not going to condemn you. I'm not going to say, yeah, you see, that's what you get. I'm not going to laugh and turn the car and the vehicle around from the flood and say, ha, 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 see what they get? Because that's not why I'm here. I'm here to let you know that your job, that our task, that our given responsibility in this world is to provide maintenance automatically. You got to provide maintenance when you're doing your vehicle. And a lot of people may have tuned in today thinking, well, we're going to be talking about this is going to be good because, I got a car that's giving me so much trouble that I need to learn how to maintain it. And Rev Jeff, I'm so glad that we get an opportunity to have some functional practices at Infinity Fellowship. Are you getting ready to announce that we're going to do another maintenance day where we can get our oil checked and get our tires fixed and we can get all of that done like we've done at Infinity back in the day? Oh, no. I'm here to tell you that the art of auto maintenance is less about what you're driving on the streets and more about what you're driving right now on this stream. It's less about what you're driving on the street and all about what you're driving on this stream. The first point that I want to give you, I want you to write this down if you can. Your body is simply a vehicle that is driven by an engine. That engine is spirit, consciousness, awareness. Your body's a vehicle. When we talk about auto maintenance, we're not just talking about a car. We're talking about your body. We're talking about who you are. We're talking about your divine essence. And I want you to recognize one thing. I don't care how tall you are. I don't care how short you are. I don't care if your hair is straight. I don't care if your hair is kinky. I don't care if you got a PhD, DDS, or if you're down with OPP. You are all listening to the sound of my voice right now, and Spirit is saying to you that your body is only a vehicle that is driven by the engine, and the engine in this case is your spirit slash consciousness slash awareness. Take a deep breath with me there. Exhale. Spirit, conscious awareness. See, I put spirit because that's our overarching understanding of things. But then there are people who can on this stream and saying, I don't like that hocus pocus spirit stuff. Well, what about consciousness? How about that? Because without your consciousness or without your awareness, I insert the science into this because without it, if you're getting into an argument over what our essence truly is, whatever you call that essence, once it's gone, so is this perceptive vehicle that you're hearing me through. So if you want to say that's a spirit, fine. If you want to say it's consciousness, fine. If you want to say it's essence, if you want to say it's ashe, if you want to say it's awareness, whatever you are. But one thing that we can all agree, I don't care if we're Buddhists, I don't care if we're Marxists, I don't care if you're capitalists, I don't care if you're Christians, I don't care if you're Jews, I don't care if you're Muslims, I don't care if you're Ifa worshipers. One thing we can agree, once this thing that's inside of us, something inside so strong, once this thing is away from us, once it's gone, then that which we perceive to be us right now on the outside ceases to exist. And so, because of this, we are called on to provide maintenance. And just like we are called on to provide maintenance for our automobile, you are called on to provide maintenance. We are called on to provide maintenance to the divine essence that is inside of us. And just like we know that we got to go to the gym, Sister Deshauna Lindsley shared that going to the gym and kickboxing and eliminating sugar for the next couple of days at least has now transformed her physical body. We also know that the transformation of the physical body first begins with a commitment to transform the spirit and the mind so that the body can follow. For those of you who are having a health challenge there, you've got to make the conscious decision that this earth suit that you have is valuable enough to maintain and to invest in. And yet, the overarching thought, the overarching understanding is that your spirit must be fed. And I know we live in an age of distraction, and we think that scrolling is feeding our spirit. It's not, it's feeding our ego. And it's designed to do that. And when you get attached to the ego, you put your spirit to the side. And then when your ego goes away, when your ego disappears, or when your ego is harmed, you have nothing left in the overflow bin, in the fountain that should have been poured into, which is the spirit. And so you go back to try to find more filling from the ego space, and it's never going to be enough. Today, I want you to recognize that who you perceive yourself to be is fueled by a spirit of who you truly are. So somebody say in the chat, I am a spirit. I am divine essence. It's the understanding that all of these things that exist here, this body is, listen, trust me, I know this used to be black. So did this. And this right here used to be about right there. It used to have big, thick cornrow. I know about all of that. And I've experienced all that. I'm grateful to have it. I'm grateful for whatever's left. But guess what? Whatever's left on the outside doesn't matter if what my true essence is not being fed. And I'm not recognizing in gratitude that it deserves to have life and to have life more abundantly. Feed your spirit with the things that it needs. Why? Because point number 2, I'm giving y'all these to take with y'all this week on this fireside chat. Never fear performing maintenance, as an ounce of prevention outweighs a pound of cure. Never fear performing maintenance, as an ounce of prevention outweighs a pound of cure. I know it's an old folk saying, it's something that my father used to say. And I used to say to him, why are you saying this over and over again? And then I got a little bit older. And then I realized that my future self would either thank or curse my present self for the actions that I'm taking in the present. I need your help, Infinite Life Streamers. This is a fireside chat, and I'm chatting here with you now. I need your help right now. I need you to list the maintenance that you give to your automobile. I'm going to participate with you on behalf of the Infinity Fellowship. If this keyboard works, I'm going to say, airing my tires. How about that? Y'all help a brother out here. What are some of the maintenance steps that you take to maintain your vehicle? For those of you who know, you've learned. I hope I got some grown folks. If I got young folks in here and you've seen your parents do maintenance on their vehicles, if you've seen them be a part of taking care of taking their car to the shop or going to the Valvoline, wherever they go to get what they need to, what are some of the maintenance activities that you take care of? There it is. Oil change. I got you. Look, that's number 1. Everybody knows oil change, right? Isn't that good? Get a tune up. Oh, I could preach on that one. Sister T said, I get a tune up, get an oil change. I got it. Star says change the oil. Hey, we all know. Some of y'all know, because guess what? Gas, we got that. Cleaning. Oh my gosh, y'all are preaching up in here. Sister, sister, rotate the tires. I'm putting y'all all up on here. I love it. Maintaining. Oh my gosh, maintaining. I see Sister Thea on there too. We're getting as many of y'all as I can there. Scheduled shop visits. Brother Martin is saying that we got the tune up, we got the alignment. Sister Lauren is giving us energy with all of that. We got all of that. Look at all that we're doing with that. Our car wash. Somebody said in the chat, somebody said in the chat, they said getting gas before hitting E. Brother Johnny's, he's a preacher. He says tires, petroleum products, and fluid levels. I could preach just on those three alone. You want to make sure that your spiritual tires are on there. You got to make sure that you got some good petroleum products in your hair. You want to make sure that you're nice and hydrated. Uh-huh. My. We could just on that alone, we could do that. But look at this though. This all of this that's going in. We got rotations, we got tune-ups, we got fuel, we got all of that. All of this that we are willing to do for our physical vehicles. Oh, yeah, it hit you just like it just hit me. This is download in real time. This ain't choreographed. This is real. Read down in that chat, scroll up in that chat briefly and see all of those things that we're willing to do because we have been taught by life that if we don't do them, then our vehicle will break down. But if we do them, if we perform automobile maintenance, then we will see longevity and long life. Because the key to a car not breaking down is early detection that comes from performing maintenance. Well, Mr. Carr, see, you got your transmission fluid's a little bit low. We're going to top that fluid off for you. And, I noticed that your tires are out of balance. That's going to make you burn a lot more gas than normal. So if you've been getting a lot of gas you're burning, well, yes, I have. Well, man, that's because you got your tires are underinflated, man. And sometimes that's going to make your gas burn a little bit longer. And I noticed you got a little bit of a leak up there in your power steering. Are you hearing a buzz? I was like, yes, I am. Well, you got a bad hose up there. You might need to fix that. And, you can drive on it. You're going to get the buzz, but I just don't want you to hit a bump one day and not be able to avoid the car in front of you because you didn't take care of this right now. Right now, it's not a problem, but down the line, it could be. Guess what? Replace the hose, my man. Because in this preventive stage, I want to detect what could possibly happen down the line. I'm talking about a car right now, but this message ain't about a car. This message is about you. 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 This message is about us, y'all. Because when we turn this physical body, when we turn this over to the earth suit that is called Rev Jeff, that is called Tyrell, that is called everybody who's coming in, to all of our new folks who are watching right now, when we talk about this earth suit, this physical body that is just holding your essence of who you are, we got to understand what your doctor would tell you in the doctor's office. And what would they tell you about dis-ease? That the key to healing dis-ease is what? Early detection. My. One thing about this office, I can't run like I want. I want to take off sometimes. I'm gonna run afterwards. I didn't do my morning jog this morning as part of my maintenance, but I'm gonna run afterwards because I know I do too. I need to. But the key to healing dis-ease is early detection. And so you are the vehicle. So I'm going to tell you in real time, there are some things that you need to take care of. And I'm saying this to anybody who needs to hear it. You need to get your annual physicals. Stop playing around. I don't want to lull you into a sense of impractical spirituality where I'm telling you that everything is going to be all right. And oh, when you get done with this earthly life, you have for you in heaven a place where there are many mansions not made by human hands. And you start meditating so much on the life after that the vessel that you're in deteriorates, and then you're angry because your joints hurt. You're angry because you can't breathe. You're angry because you always have to be on some medication. You're angry because you can't do the things that you love to do in life. I'm talking to you young people as well. You're angry at these things that you could have prevented if you practiced the art of maintenance. I want you to get a physical. I want you to go, young people, go get your physical. people of all ages, start some daily exercise to take care of this space, because you can't get to the ethereal space of spirituality if you're not conscious of gratitude for having the body that you're in right now. Spirit says to tell somebody, stop criticizing your body. Stop criticizing yourself. Stop thinking about what you used to be able to do. Stop thinking about what you wish you could do in the future. Stop thinking about that. That's past, present, and future. All of this time space construct is a human construct anyway. Think about what you have right now. And what you have is the ability to hear me talking to you right now. And on the replay, you can have auto generated captions so you can read it. Or somebody on this stream will share this with you. Somebody will share this with somebody else. So because of your conscious and your awareness, you have an opportunity to grow from there. Get your physicals, get your daily exercise, adjust your diet, put some more fruit, put some more vegetables, put some more water into this body, put some discipline into your body, which is simply making yourself a promise and then following through on that promise. That's all discipline is, making yourself a promise and following through on that promise. Because spirit says that as we come to the last quarter of the year, there are people who need to pay more attention to their physical body right now. And listen, trust yourself as you go on this new journey, as you turn this corner. We need you here. Somebody needs you here. Your parents need you here. Your friends in school need you here. Your children need you here. Your cousins need you here. Your nieces and nephews need you here. Your daughters in love, your sons in love, they need you here. And even if they're not in a place where they can receive what you have to give them in terms of positivity, there is a time where they will need to know that you are here. And if you are not here because of an opportunity that you turned down to provide maintenance for yourself, then you're like the person standing there angry at their car being swallowed up with water and kicking the back end. Here is your forecast that there is an aha moment that says to you, get up off the couch, that there's an aha moment that says, put that substance down that is harming you, that there is an aha moment that is saying, change the circle of people that you are in, because we see that your vibratory space is controlled by what you're putting out into the world. And if you look around and everything around you is negative and everything around you is failing and everything around you is pulling people down and pulling yourself into a lowered spirit, then something is not working for you. Make the decision now that you're going to change those things, that you're going to shift the trajectory and watch and see what happens. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not magic. It's not something that is superstitious that's going to fall from the sky. But the moment of awareness and clarity is deep breath here. Exhale. Repeat after me. Type it in the box for people who need to see it. I am elevating my vibration. I am elevating my vibration. I am healthy. I am whole. Life is good. Point, because again, if I keep you long, you may tune out. I don't want you to keep. We got great streams here. Listen, I want to keep you here because guess what? The work is coming now, and the work is joyful. Earlier on, I think it was Sister Lauren that said she's got two jobs that she loves doing. When the work is joyful, you commit to get through it better. And there are things when we talk about automotive, the automotive industry, we talk about auto maintenance in the automotive way. There are things that happen. And in the physical way, there are things that happen that are challenges too. And that's why I'm going to take you to our third point. Our third point makes it plain. While some accidents and manufacturers' flaws can't be avoided, my, Regular automatic maintenance keeps you performing at your highest level. Now, you notice I slipped in that matic in the parentheticals. While some accidents and manufacturer flaws can't be avoided, regular auto maintenance keeps you performing at your highest level. In other words, the maintenance that you have to provide, that you have to commit to, that I'm encouraging you to commit to in this moment, that your nature is calling you to commit to in this moment, has to go from you thinking about an outside vehicle to you seeing yourself as the vehicle where your spirit lies. And the maintenance has to become automatic. So it has to be something that you just do. And I always think about something that my professors taught me about the 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Take a deep breath there. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Somebody young, somebody new, somebody put that in the chat so that we have a record of it. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. See, when you prepare yourself, you perform better. The work that you're going to watch in the next, 7, 8 minutes or so, when those of you flip over to the NFL, what you're watching right there, what you're watching on the NFL, that's the end game, baby. Because what you're watching is the game. What you're watching is performance, but performance depends on preparation. What you're watching is the end result of the work that those players have put in during the week in the game plan, in the running, in the executing, in the tackling, in the throwing, in the catching. What you're watching is the end result of everything they did. And guess what? For the people who didn't prepare Monday through Saturday, you get ready to see what happens on Sunday. But proper preparation prevents poor performance. Never underestimate the little things. Somebody say it's the little things. Somebody in the chat, give me that. Give me that. It's the little things. It's the little things. I'm gonna get some Wakanda in me for this because I got a brief story to tell. Lord have mercy. All right. Thank God I didn't spill any on my shirt. I had to get a gulp of that coffee. Never underestimate the little things. Somebody say it's the little things. True story. My radiator blew out on me this past week. And I had to get my car to the mechanic, and the car was overheating. I don't know if any of y'all know anything about that, but I hadn't had that experience since I used to drive my uncle's 1976 Impala when I was in college. I was a young college student, early 20s, driving a 1976 Impala. It was a beautiful, beautiful car. Sometimes it had a few problems. I had to make sure I provided a lot of maintenance on that. But I've been driving this wonderful, Chrysler that I drive that's older and paid for, but somehow it started overheating. And I realized, I took a video of it. I sent it to the most awesome mechanic I know. Shout out to Flying J. You the man, Napier. You can fix anything. You're the car whisperer, and I appreciate your always continued support of my family's vehicles. It's hard to find a good mechanic. My, that'll preach too. But when we talk about this radiator, my radiator was blowing up. I had to put some coolant in. I had to get it to my mechanic and all of that. And it turns out there was a hole in the radiator. So that which was supposed to be calming me down, cooling my engine down, was flowing out of me. I kept putting more in, but there was a hole in the radiator. Somebody got a hole in their spiritual radiator. They keep trying to fill it up, but because they don't recognize there is a hole, everything inside them keeps overheating. This is symptomatic of when we say that we're spiritually enlightened, but somebody is pushing us, and somebody's pushing us, and we keep responding with anger, and we keep responding with frustration instead of peace. You got a hole in your spiritual radiator. That's what that is. You say, well, I go to Infinity on Sunday, and I do my meditation and I do my yoga, but I can't help it that I keep snapping on people. Well, maybe you got a hole in your spiritual radiator, and it can be caused by the smallest thing. Now, what happened in the radiators when they took it apart, he called me. He said, "Man, it's not just your radiator." And of course, since I try to make sure I patch the holes in my spiritual radiator, I just took a deep breath and I said, "Lay it on me." My previously unenlightened self would be like, "Oh, God. Oh, my God. Here it comes." Right. So he sent me a picture, and it turns out that I needed a radiator and a fan for the radiator, which is a dual fan. It's two big fans. I should have taken a picture of it for the internet, but it's two big fans that cool the radiator down. And one tiny thing happened. It may have been a rock that came up, it may have been because it was an old fan, but one tiny piece of the fan broke off. It was just one tiny piece of the blade. And because that one tiny piece got out of alignment, my, that one tiny piece got out of alignment, then it started dragging against the front edge of the radiator, against the coils. And over time, God knows how long, it could have been weeks, it could have been months, it could have been years, but it started to cut a tiny groove into the radiator. Just that little bitty piece of plastic fan, not a big piece at all, just a tiny little thing. Somebody need to remember is just the little things. It started cutting into that fan. And then what happened is the fan cut into the radiator coil, and the radiator coil actually started to warp outward, and it caught onto the blade of one of the working blades on the fan. And then it slowly broke off, and eventually that fan assembly cut into the radiator and created a hole, so that everything I was putting in was coming out, all of it, for something little, because that one little broken piece of plastic that I couldn't have done any maintenance on. Sometimes these accidents happen. Remember what I said. Remember that third point. Sometimes accidents and manufacturer's flaws can't be avoided, but it keeps you performing at your highest level when you check in. It's the little things, because this is what we call critical point analysis. And those of you who know me know I love the work of David Hawkins, and I'm going to tell you something that David Hawkins points out in his book Power versus Force. Look at this and listen to this. I want you to remember this. I want you to remember this. Critical point analysis is a technique derived from the fact that in any highly complex system, there is a specific critical point at which the smallest input will result in the greatest change. The great gears of a windmill can be halted by lightly touching the right escape mechanism. It is possible to paralyze a giant locomotive if you know exactly where to put your finger. What does that mean, Rev? Well, it means that that tiny little broken fan became the critical point. That tiniest part had the biggest amount of damage. Listen, don't sell yourself short, because the smallest input can have the biggest destructive change. But here's the hopeful part of this. Here's how we wrap this thing up. It is also the smallest input that can have the greatest change. With my radiator fan, the smallest input had the greatest caused the greatest damage. But in your life, in your spiritual life, the smallest input can give the greatest change. It's just about adjusting the way that you're thinking, because spiritually, you may be trying to do too much too fast. You may think that when you leave, you sign off today, that you're feeling so great that you're going to be impervious to harm. But that is why it's important for you to provide continuous auto maintenance. Did you know that if you look up the word auto, auto is simply a prefix? I'm dropping this on y'all, then I may drop it on you, then just jump over my desk and run off and just hope that the stream runs out. The word auto is a prefix, and this is what the meaning of this whole message is. The word auto is a prefix that means self. It's a prefix that means self, same, occurring from within, spontaneous. Think about when somebody writes their life story, they call it a what? Autobiography. It is a self-written biography. That is the secret sauce today. That the art of auto maintenance is the art of self maintenance. It is the art of tuning into that which lives within you and providing the daily little bitty things that you need to make sure that you reinforce the inner concept that you have. And your inner concept is that everything is working in your favor. It's the little things. When everything is working in your favor and you go out and you see that your driveway is flood, it's working in your favor because you went out the back door. And when you went out the back door, you realized that you were supposed to replace that lock a month ago. And you're so glad that you remembered to do that now because the flood had flooded your sidewalk. You see how you connect those things when you say that all things are working in your favor? Oh, I didn't get that job that I was looking for. And so I'm going to spend 2 extra weeks working on some project to just kind of bide my time. And then I realized that that's a job that I would have died in anyway because I wouldn't have had the time to work on this project that God put in my heart to put forth in the world. And the more that I put my energy into this energy of creativity, the more that I realized that I was too big for that position that somebody turned me down for anyway. And I thought that I was supposed to be in this awesome relationship with this person that I don't know why they didn't like me. And then I realized that they didn't like me because they didn't get me. And now that I get me, I will be with somebody who's got me because I can understand now that it was my frequency vibration that was drawing that energy to me in the first place. Do you see what happens when you change your premise? Do you see that you make it something about yourself, that you make it automatic, that you make it part of your autonomous system, that when things come your way, you automatically deal with them from a perspective of good? This is automatic. This is automatic. Somebody in the chat say I'm automatic, baby. I'm automatic. You remember the clapper? I'm a little bit older now. Y'all know I got my gray, but I remember there was a commercial for the clapper. Clap on, clap off. It would just you would clap your hands and the light would automatically come on. You just I don't have the clapper installed. That would have creeped me out if it, I would have I would have just said, "Oh, look at the universe." But you have the clap on, clap off because the clap is programmed in your hand clap to a device that makes it automatically come on or off. So listen, I want you this week to practice the high vibration as your automatic. Say, I'm automatic, baby. Some of y'all give me some words. I'm automatically good. I'm automatically present. I'm automatically there for myself. I'm automatically disciplined. I want you to start pronouncing that into the atmosphere. I want you to pronounce, I'm automatically creative. I'm automatically connected. I'm automatically protected from the things that bring me harm. I'm automatically elevated to be there for the people who need me. I'm automatically prepared to go through this valley knowing that I am headed for the mountain. I am automatically centered around the remembrance of who I am and whose I am. I'm automatic this week. And when those things that come to you attempt to tear you down, then you automatically deflect them. You automatically move out of the way. You tune your vibration to the people, to the places, to the things that are drawn to the light energy in you, because that's what you are. That's who you are. You automatic. Maintain it. You automatic. Maintain it. So it is spoken. So it is received. And so it is. Amen and Ashe. Y'all take a deep breath with me as we move to the close. I just, I feel it all. The infinite life stream is lit up. It's lit up today. I'm going to have to get on when I can actually read some of these and see some of what's going on there. But have you noticed that what else happens that's automatic for those of you who are new or first timers at Infinity? Have you noticed that when you start sharing and you start pronouncing into the world the good, that there's what a great effect that happens and it's automatic. People automatically, my, can't let it go. Can't let it go. People automatically come up with something new. People automatically join in. People automatically begin to celebrate the good things. People begin automatically to recognize, you know what? That situation that I thought was working for my bad was now working for my good. They automatically begin to remember why they're on this earth. So I want you to remember while you're on this earth. And while you're on this earth, I want you to remember why you're on this earth. It's both. Take a deep breath and inhale. Exhale, close your eyes. Place your hands over your heart. Divine Source, we give thanks. We give thanks for everyone who is tuned in right now, who is feeling this energy, everyone who is watching it and catching on the replay and has discovered this place and say, oh my goodness, what is this love? I speak that in their consciousness that they feel this affirmation. Mhm. That I now automatically understand that while I am on this earth, I understand why I am on this earth. And I am here to be a divine reflection of you. Divine Source, to those who have heard these words, I speak that they walk in confidence, that they walk in rejuvenation, that they walk in affirmation and confirmation of the good. That while they may experience the so-called bad, the so-called negative in other places that they travel in this week, that they would be reminded that this place is a well. This is a well, abundant energy coming from all those who come in and pour in, from you who pours in directly to us and through us. The reminder that all things are working for my good. I am automatic. We are automatically connected. Like every fiber in our body, like every breath that enters our lungs and exits, we are automatically a part of all that is, all that was, and all that ever shall be, and it is good. And from this space of good, we proclaim the responsibility lies within us to properly prepare ourselves every day to do one little thing that will have the highest impact. That little thing may be a smile. It may be a deep inhale. It may be a finger point to someone to say, I see you. It may be a thumbs up to someone to say, keep going. It may be a hand on somebody's back to say, you can do it. It may be hands folded over our hearts saying, we feel the good and embrace the divine. These little things, these critical points we touch right now, and we open them up to a larger impact, the greatest impact of abundance, of prosperity, of love, of healing, of power. We accept our energy and responsibility right now, joyfully so. We proclaim it as such with all the confidence that comes from being made in the image and likeness of divine. We are at peace together, and the practice is what makes us good. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. Deep breath in here. Exhale as we slowly blink those eyes open. Y'all, what a wonderful day it is, isn't it? I hope y'all are as grateful as I am in recognizing that all things are possible. Listen, wherever we are in here, we speak that you have enjoyed the Infinity Fellowship. Thank you all for your patience today. And thank you for your love today as we've operated the equipment today, as we've gotten ourselves into a space of understanding, as we've gotten ourselves into a space of connection. Listen, if you're on Instagram, follow us on the Infinity Fellowship. If you are also on Instagram, you can follow me at the Rev Jock. I'll put that up in a minute. X the same way. We want to thank everybody at home, because everybody's at home today. Our Infinite Life streamers, thank y'all. Y'all have lit up the place. To our brand new folks, remember, hit first time on there. We're going to put up a slide where you can, of course, let us know that you have stopped by Infinity Fellowship. For those of you, if you'd like to join, of course, go ahead and check that box. We'll get you into our new members orientation. I tell you something else. Next week, put it on your calendar. First Sunday in October, celebrate 10 years of Infinity. And we'd love to have you celebrating with us, because it's all about community. Okay? So as we celebrate community, as we go into this place, we want to recognize that next week is just going to be what it's going to be. So as you are joining us next week in person at Lighthouse on the Lake, Goodlettsville, not at the Infinity Center, come dressed in your great clothes, however you want to. Come as you are and be prepared to celebrate this 10 years. I'm sending a shout out in advance to everybody who's a part. We're so grateful that you have joined us today. We're going to get on out of here, sing a little bit. And I think we've got enough of the song to go to. Let's sing it together. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. Just that last line. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. We speak that the love of God, the power of the ancestors, the cosmos rest, rule, rock, and abide with you henceforth, now, and forevermore. Let us all sing together the words. Amen, Amen. Hotep Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. All right, listen, y'all, we're going to get on out of here. Listen, we remind you in the chat as we're getting on out of here for the day. I want you to just find somebody who's a stranger in the chat and throw some love their way. Give them some of that automation. Just pick a name and say, great things happening for you this week. New abundance for you this week. Great prosperity, clarity, whatever it may be. Find something good to speak into somebody, because remember, critical point, the tiniest thing can have the greatest impact. This has been Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr. On behalf of the Infinity Fellowship, I love you guys. That's a fact. You cannot change. Peace, love, and power. And so it is.